Mm.
Nigga said something, and on the broadcast, they turned it off and allowed him to start moving the ball up and down the field a little bit. And it wasn't Rob was thrown off. You got to understand, like Falk made a good point, or I think it might have been Craig. If Rob knew he was playing, let's call it was Jimbo. If Rob knew he had to play Jimbo, he prepared for that game a little different. But he playing Bo. Rob, even though Rob said all the right shit on that show in the chat in the comment section in the show that night, Rob knew that was an easy playoff win, and he had to prepare for Falk next. He knew that until that game was played, and he realized this nigga is sitting in that pocket and manipulating the pocket and making every read. I mean, clicking on, diving and catching passes.
Nah,
And
the
like
thing
what
that
Rob
gave it
said,
away,
though,
man,
bro.
when he playmaker, bro. When he playmaker, I went upstairs. I said, I'm not doing this.
And like Rob even said though, whenever he's playing a nigga a nigga like him, it's different, bro. Cause it's like
Hmm.
if you're playing him, you can play a little bit loosely, cause you know Bo's gonna get the ball back
Yep, you gonna get the
every
ball
time.
back.
He gonna turn the ball over and shit. So Rob's playing a little bit loosely. If you playing a Jimbo,
Hmm.
you can't turn the ball over. You know better than that. You gotta play a little bit
Right,
safer. You
right.
feel me? So Rob's thinking he's playing Jimbo. Bo, like I could throw some shit up, cause I'm gonna get the ball back eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But couldn't play that way.
And couldn't play that way because now you playing that way, and this nigga going up. And, yo, I was done when these motherfuckers clicked on Randy Moss,
Yeah.
swerved him, then hit the L button to box the nigga out to go. He didn't make the catch though. The ball, he dropped the ball, but when I saw that, I was like, oh my god! Like, and then that made me go back to week 18 last year when I played Bo at 7:30 in the morning and watched that game and was like, it's no way that's the same player.
Wow.
So
So
then I start fucking with Craig in the chat. Yo, you always holding the league up, man. Knock it off. I'm playing when you play. Fuck that. And I did that on purpose. So then, remember I told you I missed like 4 phone calls from Bo. So when I finally talked to him, I'm like, yo, we playing that game when Craig and them play because Craig always holding the league up, bro. So I ain't playing until he plays. So when they play, we playing. And he's like, oh, all right, cool. Like, but I knew you could hear it. You could hear it in his voice. So then we start talking about it. Like, yo, it's funny how I was getting my ass whipped all year, and now I'm beating ass. You know, niggas got something to
What?
say.
He
So I
said
go,
that?
bro, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. The way when I watched that game, my nigga, like you better not ever lose again over here. Not what I mean by is you shouldn't be getting blown out by nobody. Like you should be a top 3, 4 nigga in the AFC right now. Like that, like that's good. He like, yeah, man, YouTube. I learned some shit from YouTube. So I'm like, nah, bro. It ain't the play calling. It was the mechanics of hiking the ball and then what was happening during the plays. Like
mm,
it had nothing to do with what you call. It was what you was doing up and down the field. Like that shit was different, bro. Like, and I was like, people gonna question that part of it because you gotta think about it, bro. Like, so I try. What I would do is I would tell him that I felt like he was on some bullshit, that it wasn't him, and then I would butter it up as if I know he wouldn't do no shit like that. So like I kept playing with him. If y'all can understand what I'm doing, like I was kind of gaslighting him a lot, like. And in the process of that, I'm like, you got better, yo, bro. Like, you can't go back to, winning 2 games a year now. I was like, because that game I watched, you better than everybody in your crew except for Jimbo. Right there, that game I watched, that's better than McCoy, that's better than Hoodie, that's better than Seahound. Only person you ain't better than in your crew right now, playing like the way you just played, was Jimbo.
mm.
he got quiet when I said that. Then I said, like, yeah, you can't, don't get blown out. Don't let somebody like Mike play you and blow you the fuck out. Niggas gonna question everything from here on out. So I'm like, you just gotta stay playing. If that's how you playing now, play like that. Huh?
So, so we saying he just learned a different style of play, or it's
No, what, like, did you watch the game?
the Chargers? No, you know that when
You ain't watched the Chargers game?
against the
You ever
Browns.
played the
No,
Chargers?
Just going
You
off.
ever played the Chargers?
yeah, I have.
All right. I will advise you to go watch that game so you can get an understanding on why niggas is tripping the way they was tripping.
Mm, okay.
You only gotta watch the third quarter, bro. That's all I
Yeah, just
want.
watch the third quarter. Yep, just watch the third quarter.
Oh, I'll
That's
do
all you
it.
gotta watch.
So what happened was at 7 this morning I hit him. So I already told him I wasn't playing until Jimbo and Craig played. But I tried to. He knew what I was doing because I know he's going to go get that information back to them niggas. So like everything I was saying, I was really talking past him for him to tell his crew that shit. And so I know he already told them I wasn't playing. Yeah, Ant said he ain't playing the game unless Jimbo and Craig playing. He ain't playing that shit. So I hit him 7 o'clock this morning, nobody up, but just me and him. He answered right away. Like he read it, he don't answer though. He take 20 minutes. So in that 20 minutes, I'm like, I wonder if he trying to wake one of them niggas up right now, whoever he had playing for him and shit. So I'm like, do I play that shit now or do I wait still till 5:30?
Man, I hope
But
he
then
don't doing that shit, bro.
I yo him again and he finally respond, what's up? I go, can you play? And he said, man, I worked overtime last night. I hurt my back, bro. Take the win. So I ain't say nothing. Like I was just like, damn, bro, it's funny as hell. I'm up early because I hurt my back and shit, bro. I took a pain pill though. So he's like, yeah, I don't fuck with the pain pills. I'm like, yeah, I took a lead. So then he's like, yeah, the only reason why I didn't even. He said I ain't even answer the phone. I was asleep. My daughter said, Dad, Mr. Ant texting you and shit. And I'm like, I'm DMing you, but okay. So then me and Craig talk. And I'm like, don't you playing your game at 5:30, right? All right, good. That's when I'm playing mine. So Jimbo hit Craig trying to play an hour earlier, like 4 o'clock. So Craig like, yo, he trying to play now. Nope, play at 5:30. So Craig like, bet. So then I hit him. Finally, he wouldn't answer, and I kept calling him. He finally picked up and was like, yeah, my back's still hurting. I'm outside in the sun trying to get the, sunbathing in a sense to try to. Yeah, that's what he said to me. Like my back's still hurting. Though you got it.
That nigga Superman, man. Nigga stay
Right.
trying to get the sun to heal him.
So I immediately go with this. I go, look, bro, I'm gonna play the computer, and I ain't gonna beat the shit out of the computer. I'm gonna play a solid game because if I play the computer and blow it out, the niggas that have something to say is gonna have something to say still. And then if I tell niggas that you giving me the first win and not play the game, niggas is gonna have a problem with you not playing the game. Like, how do you go 12-2, beat the shit out of Rob, and then decide you don't want to play the game the next round? Like that just don't add up. Like not with the season you have, and most niggas would be pressed to play that. Like you're having a great year, you dominating this year, you doing good, you got a chance to maybe go to a Super Bowl, and you giving a first win in the second round because niggas questioned you in the first. So he like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep it between me and you. I ain't gonna say shit. And what he do? Went right to McCoy in the chat. They ain't playing that game.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, all right, well, there you go. You opened it up for niggas like Onk, Nano, and Rob to say something now. What? Because he don't want to go downstairs right now. He got treats up here. He hanging out. And instead of you trying to smother him in the room, just let him chill and I'll bring him down. Why I'm full of shit. Yes, you did. You said you and him full of shit. Like I'm equal with this dumbass dog. All right, let me see what we got going on right now. All right, so Craig, we're gonna do our 1-2. Corey, we're gonna do our 1-2. Like I'm gonna talk to you about the success you've been having over the last few seasons and shit. We're gonna talk about the team. I'm gonna talk about the move to Tokyo, all that shit. Now I just need y'all to be prepared. Remember who's still on headset with us right now. So Know that Onk at some point is gonna cut all that shit off and gonna talk about that shit no matter what. So what we gonna do is we gonna stay professional and we ain't gonna give it the attention because Rob not in chat. Now, if Rob come in chat and want to bring it up, we're gonna talk about it. Other than that, bro, we just gonna do what we do, bro. Not give them that energy, because in my opinion, they gotta stand on that shit. Like, and the fucked up part is Unc is right. Unc is that's fucked up. You know, they did Rob like that. Period. Even if it wasn't Rob, you can't do shit like that, bro. Like that. That's grounds for like get the fuck out of my league type shit, because that's some sabotage shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, it's like as as the head commissioner running the league, bro, the reason why we get to enjoy and do what we do, sometimes you just gotta let shit. Can't go all the way X-Man out on a nigga. All y'all got roll. Like Uncle probably want me to be like, all y'all 305 niggas can go. It's just too much invested in it. Like, it's too much invested in college, real draft. They
Yeah.
all locked into all those leagues as well. So it's just like Bo going to surface itself. And what's going to surface is if he playing for himself, we know what McCoy in the chat saying is kind of crazy that nigga can't get better. Well, he going to have to show us all next season he's going to be better.
Right.
He got time to prove that he going to get better. Because you can look at the schedule now, go look at his schedule, and
Yeah, he
you
got
can
a first
tell
place
what
schedule.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had a third place last year. But look at the games, and you can see the difference between who played for him and him playing. You can see it in the stat line.
That's tough.
Quarterback 78, 98, 78 to 80% when he not playing, and when he is playing, he 50%. Even when he winning, he 50%. 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown. You know what I mean? Like, it's a difference between, going 14 for 16 for 368 yards, 78%. 11.4 yards a play to when you get the next game you play, you win, but you got 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 50%. It looked like Bo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like who
Right.
you are. Like, it's a big difference, bro. Niggas not dumb. And my main question is, what possessed y'all to do that? Like, why? Like, everybody having fun, nobody beefing, nobody got issues with nobody. Why? Why do something like that?
I hope he didn't.
And that's where I was at with Falk, and that's why I got Falk on some chill mode shit, because even though the evidence is pointing, we know what the fuck happened, it's still not concrete evidence. Like, if we took this to court,
Yeah.
they can still beat that with technicalities, because we don't got complete facts of truth. Like, we got things that show, like, you lying your ass off, this don't add up, but we don't got the smoking gun though. So it's
Right.
almost like that's why I'm not really attacking it the way Unc would have liked me to attack that shit, because we don't got the smoking gun really.
What?
There you go. Let me go grab some ice and then we're gonna start this bitch.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Simple things that all need. All the suit. Oh, come on, McCoy. Chill out, bro.
Bro.
The league ain't the same without the 305.
Who said that?
Nah, McCoy said kick us out.
See? That's what you want.
McCoy said kick us out. Got my quarterback of the future. Hey, the Ant say he gonna do something with the contracts of the 30 plus niggas that he's dropping.
Better, cause boy, my whole
Yeah,
team is 30.
man, that nigga feels. That nigga feels, man. That nigga. That nigga a
All
big
right.
cat pit.
Right. All right. I'm in the chat. I'll talk to you about it when I get done. I'm sleeping. Good bad.
What's good, Rod?
Ain't shit about to think this, you know what I'm saying? Had that shot.
Talent, special talent. Simple things. Oh, this nigga Craig, man.
Oh man. Get on this bitch a little
This
bit.
nigga Craig. This nigga won't die.
Now I had to hold it down for us this time. I couldn't let him do that to Rob and beat me. I had to get Jimbo this game. I couldn't let it be close. Let's see what's up though.
It should be fun, man. If I'm ready for them
Hey,
Seahawks.
you always have some new shit every time I play you.
I got to,
You got some new
nigga.
shit.
We played in the NFC Championship game and I did not score. I was like, I gotta go live.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, man. Hey, I was prepared. I said, yeah, that little motion, man. I was on that nigga every time. No,
We
Oh,
man.
fucking live.
that last game was good. That last game was good.
Oh yeah, good ass
I ain't
game.
had no complaints about that. It was just
We live.
We live.
Yeah.
Rob in
Somebody,
here too.
let me know when the shit pop up. So, cause I for some reason it don't pop up on my phone, so I can post it in the chat. Every
shit.
little show.
Hey, and Rob came in while you was out too.
Yeah,
Rob
Rob
Bird.
Jr.
Yep.
What's the deal?
Sending it.
It ain't popped
Got
in the
my
chat yet.
I got my Heineken ready.
Every little. It ain't pop up yet.
Nah, not in the chat.
Nah, it ain't gonna pop up in the chat. You gotta see it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's up on YouTube.
All right, post it in the chat. Share it in the chat real fast so I can I can capture it.
All right, do
Got
it.
it for you.
They laugh.
Married to these big as hell for an Air Force woman. Dang. Yeah, I can't hear that. Let me know when you share it in the chat.
Pop up yet.
I know it's
In
up
the
because I can
chat.
hear it in the background. We are live. Let me get my theme music, please. We are live. Share it ain't sound. Chief. Share it ain't sound, Chief. Where the fuck is my playlist at? I need the music, bitch.
Hey, y'all see it on YouTube yet? I still don't see it. I don't see Ant Stream.
Is it even up?
No. That's mine that you hear.
I don't see yours up.
All right, let me reset it. Every little place we go. For 2 days. What are you talking about?
I guess he was saying. Why Chargers skipped the course. You know, Packers business gonna go hard. First
All right,
game.
that shit just went back up again. Let me know if y'all captured on YouTube. Everything we go.
I
Can't
see the
justify that shit, bitch. Can't
same.
justify that shit, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with my YouTube? Turn off
Turn that shit
incognito.
off,
That's what
bro.
it is. It's on YouTube now.
Yeah, it's on there.
Bet.
Oh, yeah,
Post
on
it in the chat.
incognito.
I was incognito. That's why I didn't know that shit was on incognito. Incognito. You disappearing, nigga. Fuck you disappearing for, cool. Everybody was all nervous. Colorado done fucking tore the portal up today.
They
Yeah,
making
they
they
tore that
grab.
shit up today. They got a DN, the offensive tackle. They got three of the six so far, but they supposed to be posting something about two more of them. Knock it off, bro. Like every time you come up here, you want to fucking fight the cat, and you scared of it. Get the fuck out of here.
What's up, man? Ain't shit. Ain't shit. Ain't shit.
There we go. Shit, ain't saying. Show live.
Mm. Hold on, I'm gonna get back there, right?
Ravens live.
Mm. I took one. All right, we got it.
Ravens live. Niggas can't wait till they made the playoffs. They better change their team logos. Jesus. We don't got the Panthers no more either. Look at Drew talking about soon to be a new team. He
Well,
tired
went
of
to the
that green and
Huskies,
yellow.
nigga.
Oh my God.
Oh, was that the Huskies? The Panthers? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the Panthers are the new Huskies. Yo, he hit me like, how do I change my team? Said by making the playoffs. That nigga made the playoffs and changed the shit out of his team. Fast as hell. I ain't mad at you, Los. Congratulations too, man.
Definitely.
Congratulations. All right. We're going to have some new shit going on tonight because I got three co-hosts today that's not usually original co-hosts. And then we got one co-host that's always around, but he's around. He does what he do when he want to do, does when he do it how he does it. Today, playoff conversations, man, as we go into year 2 of the legacy draft and shit. I still got to finish up some of that draft class, but about to be another loaded draft class. And we got guys changing states and cities and some people out
Country.
of the country.
Out of
Nigga
the
went to
country.
Tokyo.
Going
Who
to
got to travel
Tokyo.
to Tokyo and play a football game? God damn.
Seattle got to come out here. Hope
Jet
them
lag
niggas
like a
tired.
motherfucker.
Hope them niggas
Mm-mm-mm.
tired.
So we talked about the awards race. We talked about the awards winner. We talked about a whole lot of shit that led us into the playoffs, but we didn't talk about the playoffs. So we got wild card round, divisional round, and we'll walk us right into the matchups of the AFC and the NFC when it comes down to the championship games being played. And our man, here's the franchise guru today. As co-host today, I got top chair, our Super Bowl champion, 5-time champion, right?
Woo.
5-time champion. We got his cousin. We got family in the building. AFC North blue blood, and that's motherfucking. Well, they the Dragons now, so we can't call them dirty ass Ohio. Where y'all located? San Antonio,
San
right?
Antonio, yeah, we good
Yeah.
in
All right, so they up
Texas,
there with the
man.
Medicans and shit.
It's
San
just as dirty as
Antonio. We
Ohio.
got robbed. That shit just as you right. That shit just as dirty as Ohio. I don't know if Unc's a guest host or not. I know he's in chat with us right now, but we don't know how much of a part of the show he will be. But they are the wait. Where the Orbits from? They not from or Orlando Orbits or some shit. Where they
It's
from?
small ass market.
Right? They ain't gonna have no funds. They cap gonna be terrible. Where is the Orbits from? Anybody know? How do I find out where the Orbits is from?
They from Virginia, man. What you talking about?
The Virginia Orbits.
Sending it.
Sending it. The Virginia Orbits. Who else we got, man? We got the Huskies. Where they from? We got the Huskies. We got got a few
Booney in
different
here, ain't
logos
he?
running around here, man. Huh?
Booney in here.
Boone ain't on headset right now.
Yes, he is.
What up, Boone?
He in here.
Boone ain't gonna talk. Boone been missing. My nigga Booney been fucking missing right now, man. All right, so let's start. Let's start before we get into matchups and all that good stuff. Let's start with some questions that I'm gonna have for my co-host, man. This is the first time we're gonna be having a deep
You
co-host
gotta
thing.
play
It's
that,
probably not
man.
gonna be what y'all think it's gonna be, but I'm gonna throw this question out there. Let's talk about this year's season with the first legend class being in. And this is for any of y'all to answer at any moment. But how do y'all feel about their legends class and what impact? Two-part question: how do you feel about the class, and what you drafted? What impact did they play in year one for you?
Well, I can speak for me, Tokyo. It was right on time. Just to be honest, man, I'm like in the same position as the Seahawks, where we got talent, but they 28, 29. So it's about that
Hmm.
time to start bringing in their replacements. And I thought I had a fantastic draft. I got three too many white boys, but
The white boys balling for you though. Did you
Lynch.
get John Lynch?
Yeah, I got Lynch, Kuechly, and Harrison Smith.
Mm,
They're all really good, but Harrison Smith, my safety room is really deep.
hmm.
But Hightower's on his way out, so I got that replacement. Then my linebacker core was deep, but I needed Kuechly because Sewell is 29.
Right.
Sewell, so it was time to move on. So that Legends class, it was everything I needed and more to continue to be relevant in this league.
I respect that. I respect that. How about you, top tier? How was the Legends class, and what
Yeah.
impact did they have for you in year one?
Um, Legends draft was crazy, man. It was official. As y'all know, I moved up and was able to get Sean Taylor, who ended up making a big impact to my team. You feel me?
So
Yeah,
he's
he went crazy for you this year. I mean,
straight.
defensive player of the
I
year in the AFC. Like, he went the fuck crazy. Led the league in
and you
interceptions.
know what's crazy though? I only got
What's
to
that?
play like about 10 user games. So there's about
Mm.
6 games that he didn't get an interception because I didn't get to play with him. So
Cause you ain't
That's
played with
crazy.
him.
and it
No
probably would
Diddy.
have been went way crazier, honestly. But honestly, the way we just did that was because we got two safeties in the draft. We got Troy Polamalu and Sean Taylor, so we shorted our
Hmm.
back end on the back. So with Sean Taylor though, since he was 99'd out and his awareness wasn't that high, we said why since we can't get his awareness up, we gonna use him. Why not have a
Right.
6'4" dog in the middle
At that
that
sub
we can
linebacker.
we
That's
can
smart.
at that
That's
sub
smart.
linebacker. So honestly, all 18 of them was damn near our user. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We use him, and we've never had talent like that in the middle in Seattle. So
That could cover the whole field.
yeah, he really could. There was plays where I thought the play was over. I wasn't gonna get to it, and his 6'4" frame just got up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's just a game changer, man. And then obviously, like Tokyo said, like with us having to drop 30 rolls and stuff, and not only that, we didn't even get to prepare for it since it kind of happened in the middle of the season.
Right.
That draft means more than what you know. You know what I'm saying? So these players mean a lot. So it was significant. And my young boys is gonna play way more now.
Now let me ask you this: knowing that the older guys are getting moved on from, right? You didn't. I mean, Sean Palamalu. You also got a couple of other players in that draft as well. Like we could talk about Marcus Allen at running back. Does he play a significant role in your offense coming up this season? Knowing that one of the best wide receiver running backs in the league, and Kenneth Walker Jr. The third is on his way out the door.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be going right into the fire next season, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anybody that know me as a user and as a coach, I'm a right now player. That
Hmm.
that bites me in the ass sometimes. Sometimes it puts me in
Ain't bitchy this, my nigga. Ain't bitchy
Nah,
this.
nah, nah. You've been
This
locked in
didn't
this
get me,
disc.
man. Hey, listen, I play for right now, bro. That's just how I play. And sometimes, like I said, that bite me in the ass. So right
Exactly.
now,
Can't fuck with this.
even when you said 30-year-olds was dropping, I still kept playing Kenneth Walker because it's playoff time. You feel me? It's time to
Right.
finish the season off, and they gonna go out with a bang. And I got confidence that I'll be able to build on Marcus Allen. Um, Kenneth Walker gonna be hard to fill his shoes though, man. He do so much for me, bro. So
I think if
um,
you just look at the player shell of who you drafted and Marcus Allen, if you know who he was over his career, He fits right into your
Oh
system, though.
yeah,
He's one
and
of the
that's why
best
we drafted
receiving
him.
running backs in the fucking world.
Yes, sir. That's why we drafted him as well, because we had some running backs we could have picked before him. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right, right,
we drafted him because he is going to do what we need him to do, and he literally he's going to fit in there. You know what I'm saying? So we got some dogs, man. We got some people ready to play right now. We got some O linemen, because just in case a line drop, we got some O linemen, two O linemen that's ready right now. So you know, I think we ready, man. But it was definitely an exciting draft and shit. That's the first time I draft. At first, that's the first time I drafted. I traded the draft up in the
right,
draft. This
right.
whole disc, damn near probably in almost any disc. And then I
Yeah,
actually
because
was
you
able to
barely
draft
draft,
him.
period, to move up like that. That shit was
Right,
crucial.
right, right. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I moved up to get Champ Bailey. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's
To get that
crazy.
lockdown corner.
I honestly didn't think Sean Taylor would go past 4, bro. I
Right,
thought Bo would draft Sean Taylor, to be honest with you. I just thought that's
right.
where he went.
So
Yeah,
when
man.
Sean Taylor was there, it fucked up my whole game plan. I'm like, man, I paused, like, do I still get a corner? And I was just like, man, fuck it, I'm going Sean Taylor. I gotta get him. He's here. I gotta get him.
Had
You know what I'm
to.
saying? And I'm happy I did it, because I mean, as you guys see, man, he been holding it down from as a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He,
Like he came right in and filled that void because he gave you two situations. He's a great safety, but to be able to use him as sub linebacker changed everything for you. Like to have
and, and
7 like
and you're talking to a user who doesn't use subs. I played man.
right.
So I never use a sub safety. You feel me? So
hmm
I like to be able to stop that run with my diamond nickel and just have dominant linebackers, if that makes sense. You feel me? I
Right.
don't like putting a smaller safety in there. Even though 210, 215 is the rule, I still don't like them down there, because a
Right.
lot of their getting out of block shed and all that's slow as hell for real. So for
Yeah,
me,
sure.
that's important. So
They
you
get
know what
caught
I'm
up on them
saying?
blocks and that shit'll take you out of the
Right,
play. Yep, right
right. And
away.
then everybody got nasty streak.
hmm Don't get
Yes,
pancaked.
sir.
Yo,
Don't
so
get
let's go to
pancaked.
Corey. Let's go to Corey real fast. Quick question. Like, since we're talking about, 30-year-olds being dropped and all that, man, you have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Justin Fields that's on his way out the door. But you have a wide receiver in Perry Walton. Do you feel like he'll transition that next quarterback that you bring in,
Man,
where
for sure.
your
So,
offense is still better move the way it's been moving?
so about a week, I think you put that message out early in the season. So I've been looking for. I knew I didn't want to draft a quarterback. I told myself that already. I need just because my team is ready to win now. I didn't feel like
Right,
doing the 500 snaps. Hopefully, he's an X factor because I would have had to pick a Super Bowl quarterback just to get lucky with that. If
right.
that was still going to be the formula. So I found a trade partner this year with the Cards, man, and I knew he had that number one quarterback from a couple draft classes. And
Smart.
man, and he drafted a quarterback. So I was like, man, let me check out this young dude. He's 23,
There you
and
go.
we was
That
able to
run you
work
through the
some out.
dish. That run you to damn near July now.
So that's exactly what I needed, and that's what I got. And he's coming to a very strong locker room with young playmakers. And to me, and this is just the way that I use him, the best wide receiver in the league. So that 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 makes up for a lot. Even though he's young and hasn't had much success yet, he's coming to a strong locker room and knows how to win.
Right. And a receiver that can pretty much do anything for you. Like, he not designated to just being 6'6" and a big body to go
Nah,
downfield. He do everything.
man, he had some catches this year, but even I was like, damn, like over the middle, one hand touchdown catches. Like it was crazy.
It's something to be able to draft a player, right? And then like that player's shell is good, and then when you use that player and you start to see like you could tell, right? Like you could tell like within like the first couple of games what type of player he actually gonna be for you. And like to be able to see it play itself out, and then him to steady be able to do it year in and year out matters because that's where you build your book in that, right? Like you could build around that player, which is the name of the game, man. Building around your star talent and really just keeping everything around it serviceable. So I like it, man. We're gonna get back to you. We're gonna talk about that new offense. We gotta get that offense you running over here a new name and shit. I think we're gonna use something about some Tokyo shit since you in Tokyo. But I want to talk to Rob for a second, and
Yo, Amp,
Rob had
I'm ready to get
Rob
off,
had
man.
you out of here?
Yeah, I'm out, man, fellas. I'm just going to bed.
I already
Nah, I'm
know.
gonna stay out of that shit, man. I'm gone, man. I'm ready. I gotta get up at 7, man, cause Rob, I gotta get up, man.
All
I'm
right,
out,
oh,
man.
man. Appreciate you. Holler at you, my boy.
No doubt. All right.
Robert, man.
What's the deal?
You quietly, we talked about the Cardinals, we talked about the Bucks, we talked about it was a few teams that we shit, even the Chargers. We talked about a few teams that really had a really good legend draft. But like you went and got a three-headed monster offensively. Marshall Falk at the running back, Marshall. Michael Vick at the quarterback, and Antonio Gates at the tight end to go along with Emmett at the receiver who turned into your number one receiver over there. And like throughout this entire dish, I never thought you had a true number one receiver until Emmett became that guy for you. Just talk to me about bringing in a whole new culture, which changes the way you're gonna play the game a little bit, and just the ups and downs of having Michael Vick rookie, your running back a rookie, and your tight end a rookie to go along with the other tight end you already had. Just talk to me about the challenges that you had all year with the triplets.
So if I had any kind of trouble, Michael Vick, he don't come in the most accurate quarterback.
Hmm.
And for the most, he's superstar. So, that limits a lot of the things I like to do. I'm one of them guys, high route master, and I like to play on, I like to pick the play, get on the field, and
Hmm.
readjust my routes as I see the defense. So that hindered me a lot this season. And at the same time, it didn't because he still was one of the best quarterbacks in the league as a
Hmm.
rookie. So, like, this Legends draft did, like, three things for me. First of all, it rejuvenated me
Hmm.
because I ain't gonna lie, I was getting tired of looking at the Browns uniforms. I'm a Raven fan. I hate the Browns, and it's just
Hmm.
so fucking tough to keep lining up and going out there as an Ohio team,
As an
which is
Ohio team, I feel you.
so. What it was like first, that was what it was about. Like the draft was like, all right, cool, I can get Vic. That's a guy that's similar to Lamar. I'm used to playing with a Lamar style. Like I don't run a lot, but when I need to, it's nice to have that guy.
Right.
Marshall Falk was just a luxury pick, bro. I'm like, and I was on the chat with Craig when we was drafting. I'm like, I'm going all speed, like, fuck it. I was like, Antonio Gates followed me. I'm taking him too.
Uh-huh.
But for me to be like, first of all, my draft position was like unusual because I'm never in like the top 15. I'm never there. I
Yeah,
think
you're
I
not a
like,
guy that move up in the draft. You just sit where
right.
you at, and then you either a playoff team or right outside of the playoffs. So the pick is really, at the back end of the draft. Really, if you really think about it like that, like you always somewhere between like 20 and higher, right? Like 20 to
Right.
30, somewhere around that area. And
Right.
landed those
So
three players.
yeah, it was luxury to get to play like to see be up there in the front of that draft and be like, man, come on, they gonna let Vic bother me. And
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't get how they did it, but I'm like, man, he ain't getting past me. So I know
Right.
that much. Um, so it just did a couple things for me. Like it gave me new life to the league, and it got me excited again.
No doubt, no
So
doubt. Now,
um,
what was the challenges of him being a left-hander?
oof.
I'm ambidextrous, so I'm more
Okay.
used to throwing left and right. So
All right.
that wasn't even an adjustment for me. That was nothing. The trouble came with like he'll sell the throws because like I said he's not accurate and there's only so many boxes I could open up. So now it was like, do I open up inside accuracy or do I open up outside sideline accuracy? Like which one do I need more? I'm like I'm gonna take the outside because I feel like inside he's not gonna miss too many throws, but he still misses his share. So like a lot of throws settled on me. A lot of throws, was like a little too far to the left or a little too far to the right, and that was just something I had to fight through.
Let me ask you this, man. With Vic at the helm, and then being able to get out of that brown uniform and leave the city of Ohio, did you expect to be quarterback of the year in the AFC with Michael Vick?
Not at all. I thought I was gonna be like, well, I'm a great passer. I know that about myself. But like I said, like just knowing what I had in front of me, and I seen my schedule. My schedule was not
Oh my
light at
God,
all. Like
boy,
I had gauntlet game after gauntlet game after
boy.
gauntlet game. Like, and for me to still face a lot of the top users and still be where I'm at with him as a quarterback and as a rookie, and I'm like, man,
Hmm.
I impressed myself honestly.
Because
So
game one that we played, you ain't throw a pick at all.
yeah, game one I had to pick at all against you. I really didn't start throwing picks. I had like, all right, yeah, the Colts got two off me. The first 2 games I threw 2 apiece, and it ain't really started becoming a pick fest until I got to play them. At the time, it was the Jets. I got to the Jets. He contributed a little bit more. Then I got to them Seahawks, and it was like, yeah, pick city. But them 2 games, like I can
You
say,
playing
hands
niggas
down was
that
his
know how
worst
to get to
game.
them shits though, right? Like them
Right, right,
niggas
right.
got puzzle pieces back there on defense where it's hard to
Man,
crack the
Sean,
code.
yeah, Sean Taylor was having a field day with me. So it was just like, but what can you do with a guy who like he uses linebackers effectively? So you give him a safety that can move left and right at a drop of a dime, and yeah, all bets is off. So
And he
it
can
was
hold
just
his
like,
own in the run game too. Like that's different. Like because you ain't
exactly,
looking at a safety that's coming out there with 70 block shed. Like that nigga sitting in the 90s on everything damn near. So like yeah, I understand that shit, bro. I completely
Yes.
understand that. So let's talk
yeah.
about your evolution of your offense and how do you take who you drafted, right? So we know who Michael Vick is, and I would say playing you twice a year, I thought you did a hell of a job with Michael Vick. I say that Michael Vick that you played with looked like Philadelphia Eagles Michael Vick,
Mm.
the MVP Michael Vick, where he threw the ball really well and ran when he had to type shit. Like he was still Vic, but like it wasn't, Atlanta Vic where it's like he take off as a wrap. But you had those moments in the takeoff, right? But you played really good within yourself of still being able to throw the ball with him, which led to him being the best quarterback in the AFC this year. My question is, you got Marshall, and you like to throw the football, right? So you got a
Right.
1,000 yard back that can run the football for 1,000 and catch the ball out the backfield for 1,000. How's the evolution going to be going forward with Marshall Faulk? Because and me a personal, I would think that he has to be a vital part of your offense to take you to the next level.
Um, honestly, I feel like I ran more than I ever ran this year. Honestly, like, and if you look at his stats, I mean, his stats pretty much show. I think he 1,000 yard back, I believe, if not high 900s. Um, it was kind of like man, this is gonna be a fun little offense, man. Like you don't know who you gonna get. Like I still got Emmett Brown, who could at any given time, like, am I putting him in the slot? Am I putting him in the outside? Where is he gonna go? Is he getting a jet
Right.
sweep? Like you gotta chase him around. So if you gotta
Uh-huh.
chase him around, and I got Marshall and Vick in the backfield, man, all bets is off. Like, um, my tight end play, like I can do some things with the tight end, but he's not my primary read ever. But like when I
You
get to
still
him, I
had
get
eight
to him.
touchdowns and 963 yards, 83 yards this year on 62 catches at 16 yards a catch. That's not. We got guys that use their tight end a little way more than that, but like that's big time numbers for a tight end, bro. And not for nothing, Marshall Faulk caught the ball 57 times for 707 yards out of the backfield. He also rushed for 1,000 yards this year as well on 219 carries, 1150 and 11 touchdowns. So it seemed like the big three played for you, right? And within
Right.
that big three, Emmett Brown. What made you realize he's the guy, right? Like you had some receivers over there, but I don't think none like him. Like it's a little different with him. Like you use him, he's your guy. Like when it comes down to the passing game, it seems like things go through him. He's moved around a lot. Like you don't just leave him on the outside as the square receiver or on the other outside of the circle. Like he play everywhere for you, all over the
He,
field in different formations. Why did he capture your attention like that? Like, what did he show you that made you realize he's the guy?
so this goes back to DTR days, honestly. Like he was just like, if I needed a play, man, if I needed something big, if it's like third and 22 or third and 17, something like long distance, I know for a fact he's going to be the guy that's going to give me them yards. It's either him or no. It's either him or bust, pretty much.
Right.
And when I seen how often he came down in the clutch for me, it was just like, man, it was easy to trust him, honestly. Because in hindsight, I got another night. It can't say speed because I got another speed receiver and what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Number 2, but it was just that Emmett Brown was just the guy, man. He just showed up, man. If I needed separation, if I needed that one big playmaker, man, he was just him. Like,
Johnny Andrews, he had 1,000 yards. Both of them had 1,000 yards this year. Emmett with 99 catches. Johnny had 56. Both of them touched 1,000. Emmett had 1690 and 19 touchdowns. Johnny Andrews 56 for 1055 and 9 touchdowns on the year right now. So going forward, we're gonna have Legends 2 draft. And going forward, now that your season is over with right now, what is your mindset and what do you do to make the Dragons a better football team going into 2032?
And my man, I know I gotta replace Johnny Andrews. He's out the door after this year, current signing. Um, my focus gotta be defense this year. To get, I gotta find a way to stop the run. Honestly, like that's been my biggest bugaboo throughout this whole distance. Like I just cannot stop the run. Like I complain about my D-backs not being as smart because they're young, but I feel like they'll adjust and they'll get to it eventually. It's that front seven for me. It's like, man, we gonna show up. I gotta get somebody to help. Like, what we gotta do? Like, we gotta figure it out. There.
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game. Everybody got skill players. It's like what the up front do your offensive line and your defensive line. What do they do up front that can determine what a game looks like, game in and game out. Honestly, so it seems like y'all gotta get busy this off season.
Yeah, definitely got work to do.
It got to be comfortable though, because you could look at your offense and your defense as a whole and look at players that you have and know that I got pieces here already. We just need to build something around it and continue to go right. Like it seems like the stable is in order. It's just enhancing some of that, right? So let's go offensively and defensively real fast before I go back to Craig. Offensively, who's on your roster right now that you're expecting to have to step up next year for you?
I expect I got to step up that hasn't stepped up.
They could have stepped for you. They could have showed you something. Like, let me give you an example. I'm looking at Amani Toomer with 57 catches, 836 yards.
Right.
You talking about Johnny on his way out of here. Is that the guy that you need to step up into the number 2 role at the receiver?
He got to show me more because he honestly was the number 2 receiver this year. So that says a lot, knowing that Johnny Andrews cleared 1,000 and he did.
Right, and he did. Yeah.
It's one of them things like you on. I'm gonna bring in competition, but you know what I'm saying. So what you gonna do with it? Like, Toomer, he made some plays. He made some plays in the playoff game, like when he went off like a little streak and took that to the crib. So he shows flashes of being able to do it. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, growing and, like you said, taking that step forward. So we're not selling on him yet. He's still our guy right now. So we gonna see what's going on.
I like where y'all at right now, man. And honestly, you know, between the Orbits, the Dragons, and the Ravens, because the Bengals, let's just call it what it is. They fell to the backside. So the battle in the AFC North is those 3 teams right now, man. And I think we do a good job lining up playing each other, bro. Because at any given moment, anybody can win those games. And I like where the Dragons is at, man. Your offense is scary, especially the way you was, bro. You know, when our game is connected well, you see how you was doing. You see the shit you was doing with Vic, bro, or what I can do with a user. Like, oh my God, bro. Yeah, shit gonna be interesting going forward. But let's talk about our 5 Super Bowl champion right now, man. One, this is not for Craig. This is for Corey and this is for Rob. Has Craig? It's safe to say he's reached in this. Right now, now. You guys been playing. I know Corey took a year off of this, but you guys been playing, and you've been, especially you, Rob. You've been there through your cousin's rise the entire time he's been here. You've been here.
Right.
Is this legendary? What he's doing right now?
Hell yeah.
I'll say it's legendary for your league for sure, but this is what I expected, Craig. This is what Craig's been for me. Like I said, we grew up together. We played this whole
right
for years of this. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get to just see what I've been seeing, like where he's just that guy that's just like, man, like, and I know how he played, and I know a lot of his game, I know a lot of his reads, and I still can't, you know what I'm saying, like cross that hump, like.
Now keep that statement in mind when we get into our conversations. Say it again real fast. Just say that again real fast. You know exactly what he's doing, but somehow, some way, you can't seem to process that yourself to do it back, right?
Right.
That's what you're just going at with it. All right, keep that. Let's just remember you said that. All right, so Corey, you've been around. You've been around when you seen me go through a lot of Super Bowls in a year. You seen Falk go through a lot of Super Bowls in a year. You seen T do it. You seen Jungle do it. Like you seen Hoodie do it. Like you've seen guys do it, right? And you've been a adamant spokesperson for Craig in a sense this year, right? Through the competition, you've given him nothing but credit. Y'all all do a good job of that. Like the whole, especially the NFC West, with Jimbo, y'all all give each other credit. Like when y'all come out of games and y'all play good games. I just think there's nothing better than knowing when you play a game, you go and play a football game, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between lining up playing a football game or you playing motherfucking a Madden game, or you playing a nigga that's playing Madden, like, or you playing a nigga that's giving you football reads and making decisions, you know, all that good shit. So you saying you know how tough it is for that NFC West, right, amongst each other and stuff, and for him to continue to go to Super Bowl after Super Bowl and not just get to him, win them consistently, right? I'm waiting for him to take them damn trophies off his name. We don't do that shit no more. Stop being conceited. Take that shit down. That's the guy that lost to you 3 times talking. Take that shit the fuck down. Nobody put no fucking trophies next to their names no more. But with that being said, though, Corey, man, just talk about you've been around, bro. Like, and we only can talk about what we know, which is our league, right? So like, it could be niggas in other leagues that are fucking demons, but we don't know because we don't be in them leagues. We don't know. We just know what we know in our league. What has he meant to watching his, not only his rise but his dominance? What has it meant to you?
Man, you said it, like, you know, when you play Craig, you about to play a football game. Like when you play you or when you play Falk, y'all niggas ain't real, and that's why it's hard to beat niggas like that because they're not glitchy. Because you know, there's an answer for every glitch. There's an answer for everything you see on YouTube.
Yeah.
But when somebody come up with their own scheme and their own game plan, because when I played him last year, and he ran the ball 40 times. And the times that he threw the ball, I did make some plays on the ball, but he dominated the game because his run scheme was really good. It was well blocked. He hit the correct hole, no didn't, and he played well. But you know that's what you're getting into. You're playing with somebody that plays chess. So if you play chess and not checkers, you know you're going to get into a good game, and that's what I respect about playing. Like that's what I respect most. Like he has his own scheme, his own identity. He don't run. I play a lot of Madden. I even watch Madden YouTube videos. No, he don't do shit I see on YouTube. Nothing he does is on YouTube.
Nah, he don't.
That's what makes him really hard to
You know why? Because he stay within what he do, and that's it. Craig, to me, not to cut you off, but Craig, we call him that triangle offense. Like, it's a perfect fucking name for his offense, the triangle offense. And I know we correlating that with basketball and how the Bulls and their coach played when he went to the Lakers, how he played with Kobe and them. But like, it's that, like, he stayed within himself, bro. And like, you don't have to have a big playbook where you running 70 fucking plays a game. If you understand what you're running, right? Like, you know your reads, you know what the fuck's going on, you understand what you're running. And when you know it so well, they saying they can't hear the other guys talking. Craig, you low for sure. Turn your mic up.
He
let me
can
see
hear
if
me.
I can hear Corey. I thought I could hear you. Let me see.
I had my show up.
Nah, we can hear you, Corey. Good. We can hear you.
Cool.
It's Craig we can't hear. Craig low as hell. Got out of here with that motherfucking. You don't smoke weed. Sitting here with that. I'm low voice and shit. Get it together, man. I'm looking for top tier today, not motherfucking Rob. They can't hear.
And
Say something, Rob.
Can you hear me?
Hold on.
You don't smoke weed. Sitting here with that. I'm low voice and shit. Get it together, man. I'm looking for top tier today, not motherfucking Rob. They can't hear.
Yeah, Rob, we can't hear you. You just low, Rob. I think we heard you. You just low.
Right. So, and then another thing it's kind of personal with I played Craig, man, because all my seasons I've played, I've had pretty good seasons. I keep running into him. It was one time Max beat me, but Max went to the Super Bowl that year and played Falk. But Craig, he keeps ending my season no matter how good my team is. So it's personal, but it's a mutual respect too, because he was the first one to tell me, like, it's not the dude beat you 40-something to nothing in the NFC Championship game, and he'd be like, bruh, the score really don't indicate what that game could have been. I was like, nigga, please, you beat the shit out of me. I don't hear that shit.
All right, so not to cut you off, and I hear everything you're saying, but the audience really don't hear you. So I'm playing it right now, and you're the only one talking, and we don't hear nothing, bro.
For real? Damn.
Yeah,
Hold on.
So he got to put the share. He got to go into the into our chat and then go out
go
loud.
into the chat and put share audio. Like
Go on
you know
the.
what we talking
Go
about?
to
Oh,
support.
okay. On the
Go to voice
PlayStation.
chat settings.
It's like share. Go to settings, like share voice. Just
Yeah.
it's
No.
within
So
the chat.
go to our chat.
All right. I'll go in the chat
You'll
and
see
then
the
go
three
to
dots. Go to
yeah.
more and then go to now so I can get to the right
Voice
place.
chat settings. Oh, share your voice. All right, got it. There you go. Let me. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now on the show? Should be able to. I can. Matter of fact, let me pull the show up. I can hear it if I do it. All right, bet. My bad. All right. Uh, all right. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yeah. Tokyo Drift. All right, bet. We good.
That's that. That's that. That's that. Nah, don't try to say you good now. That's that shit that be having you pitting up 60 on me and shit. That shit right there. You can't hear niggas, can't move niggas. Like, let me stop. All right, so Corey, man, now that we got your voice on deck right now, bro, your offense has been the talk of the league for the last 2 seasons. I got to witness it firsthand, and I'm telling you now, it was the one of the worst ass whoopings I took in a long time. What the fuck made you construct it? And no, it ain't. Stop it. What the fuck made you? I don't know how did you become this Corey? Right? Look. You know I
So,
know the only difference of the Corey that we seeing now and the Corey we wasn't seeing was your team. That's it. Just not putting your team together. Simple as
right.
that. Just
Right.
hopping on and playing. That's it. Same. That's the same problem Boone having. He just ain't fight through it yet. Like he ain't
Right.
get on and say fuck it. Let me give my full attention to the league and get to it. You have the team now, but the scheme is what everybody's been talking about, right?
Yeah. So
Take me through the process of figuring that part out.
man, that shit really started 3 seasons ago when I played Craig, and I was scoreless in the NFC Championship game.
I remember that.
I ain't
That
never
makes
did
sense.
that in a playoff
That
game.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I started taking my PlayStation to work. I worked third shift in an office building. So
Okay,
I took
overnight, all to yourself. Let's go.
man lab, like 4 to 6 hour lab sessions. Like,
No doubt.
and I started figuring out a mechanic in the game that I won't get into now. Let somebody else figure it out. And then I got Perry. Subsequently, I was able to get Perry, and that's just
Hmm.
I had somebody that can beat every single coverage, 99 speed, and he's 6'6". Go get it. So
Hmm.
your defense has to be focused on him because he can run every route in the route tree.
Right.
So because I don't just send him. I rarely throw streaks. I really don't play like that. But that's what happened, man. So I'm in Tokyo now. I love anime. So when Krillin saw Goku get killed, the nigga turned Super Saiyan. So my Krillin, my Krillin getting killed was me losing that NFC Championship game. But last year was my first year really implementing the scheme. And
Hmm.
when I got to the playoffs, there were some adjustments that Craig made that I wasn't quite ready for.
And the
I
funny thing is, he told you that him and Jimbo told you when they see you again, they will be adjusted to it. They told you that
right,
shit.
right,
And bro, let's just go right to it. Do you understand that working nigga got put in really to master their craft, to be able to be efficient, the better, to be able to be dominant, to be able to see what they're working on, work itself out, and see it come to fruition in games, right? Like I've labbed with plenty of niggas. I've labbed with Nano. I've labbed with Mike. I actually labbed with Mike for 2 straight seasons, and it resulted in him being in the playoffs. But it didn't result to him being in the playoffs continuously
Right.
because you gotta evolve from that, right? Doing a session with Craig was the hardest session for me to ever do because they never lasted the session. It was I got it. All right, let's talk about something else now. Like what the fuck? Like damn, bro, what the? Then it became I don't need none of that shit now because now I got the bigger picture and then you get what I'm saying?
Right.
But the evolution of putting something together, like it's a few niggas in this league that you can't get a good handle on because they change up, right? Like my base is running the football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if you remember, the majority of the Super Bowls I was winning was with a pocket passing quarterback. I didn't ever had to, running the read options and running the quarterbacks and all that until I started playing with Lamar again and all that shit. Like, cause remember when I
But
had the Falcons
you
before
still
the,
didn't run. You still didn't
huh?
run like that. You still
Yeah,
never really ran like that.
right. But because of the Lamar factor and once he became in the league, because remember I was the only one playing with Lamar before he was actually in the league.
In the
But
state
I was still,
11, remember that?
yep, Lamar Interstate going crazy. But I would never, it wasn't like I would be running all crazy with him. It was just he was another quarterback and he played like a quarterback. What I'm saying is like you evolve your offenses, right? Like I was the eye close guy. I got out of that, started doing other stuff, even though it's still part of my base. It's not my complete go to anymore, right? Like I think if you play Jimbo, you don't never know what the fuck you getting when you play
Never.
him. Like he can change his style at any moment and be
Yeah.
good at it. But at the end of the day, behind that surface of what he changed, the base is still the same,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think guys that evolve, guys that get good in the game, they got to put the work in the game. And a lot of guys, come on, it's like real life, bro. It ain't no different, man. The only difference on the game is it's not your talent, is your hand-eye coordination, right? Like I guess you correlate that with the game. But the more you do things, the better you get at it, right?
Right.
How many times you call a play and you know every route where you ain't even gotta worry about the routes because you know by the coverage what route is gonna be open. Did you play
Right.
games and know that?
Yep. I mean,
Then you can see now
so
you can see the triangle offense. Why he's so dangerous in that triangle offense. You guys don't remember Alvo, but Alvo played just like Craig, bro. The difference with Alvo and Craig was Craig got a deeper bag. Alvo would literally run 3 plays a game before we had play calling rules and all that, and you couldn't stop that shit because he knew his reads. So whatever you was in, he had the answer for it every time. And so I'm talking about it because it matters, bro. It matters on what you run and how you run. Like most of the guys you play in this league been around a long time where you know their base. I can name names right now, and you'll better tell me what their strength is and what their weakness is right away,
right.
right? Like I can tell you right now if I say. I can say Shoguns right now, and we all gonna say the same shit. He gonna run that football and he throw fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's his baseline. So it don't matter what the offense changes around it. We know that's his baseline, right? Is there's a few guys in this league that you can't get a true baseline. They have it, but to be able to beat them, you gotta maintain uh, some type of what's the word I'm looking for? You can play them and they can be in single back all game long, or
Right.
and then the next time you play them, they in fucking some type of shotgun formation all game long. And it's like, what the fuck? Most guys aren't going to be able to get to that. You got guys that run their favorite plays, and they run them until they open back up again, and then it's right back to the same cycle, right? So I
Yeah.
say you putting the offense together and saying you spent 4 to 6 hours pretty much on your work nights to put this offense together. That's putting work in, right?
Yeah.
Then it comes down to playing it, right? Because one thing to do it in practice all day. Now you got to play people to make sure what you running in practice is actually going to work on humans because you can't account for a user in practice, right?
Right.
So the work is put in, and how long did it take you to feel comfortable with the offense, right? You said last year you
A
didn't have it
full
all the way figured out,
full
right?
season. Full
Okay,
season. So I didn't
so
really
all right,
I didn't really start rolling until halfway of last season, and then
right.
I perfected it going into the after that playoff loss. I kind of figured out what I could do. And you saw the uptick. I was able to throw 80
Mm-hmm.
touchdown passes with
Mm-hmm.
only 13 interceptions. So
Yes.
in one of those games, I think I threw 3 interceptions. So I really could have ended that season with 10 interceptions
With 10
with
of them.
with 80 touchdown passes. So it
Right.
was
And throwing the ball that much and only throwing, and you see the guys that have their offense under wraps like that, you see it because you get the high completion percentage and then you get the high touchdown to interception value. Like you see it. You
and
see people that that got it figured
right.
out. Like
And that's
um
why I wasn't trying to start over with a rookie quarterback.
right. And it makes sense. It definitely makes sense to better just retool and keep it moving. So Craig, before we get into these playoff games and stuff, now you're going. This season is important for you.
Yeah.
The fuck. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
My
no.
shit was tripping. All right, so you going into a season right now where you got 3 Hall of Famers on your offense is out of here after this year. Like no matter what you did with them this year, they're gone. Talk about one closing this season out with that core together, winning the Super Bowl. How would that feel to close it out with it? And then the challenges of having to replace that.
One, I mean, I want to hit them all out with a bang, obviously. Everybody knows Trevor Lawrence, Kenneth Walker, and Jackson Smith-Njigba all leaving me. I will say the one thing about the way I play the game is like they're not plug and playable. I wouldn't say, but I could possibly build them to that. But the biggest obstacle is going to be obviously quarterback,
Right,
because the things that Trevor do for me is special. You know what I'm saying? So for one, I definitely want to get them to a Super Bowl. Hopefully, close it out with a Super Bowl. But not even cocky shit, but I do have the breathing room with my Super Bowls to take a season off and just chill.
exactly,
You know what I'm saying? I got
exactly.
I got that breathing room where I don't gotta panic or for like even though like the one inside of me of wanting to win now is like down, but this is what happens when you play for now. You feel me?
Right,
Like this
right.
is what happens. It's going to eventually bite you in the ass. You feel me?
And I
So
talked about it earlier before we even, got on this show that like the when you do reset and you put new players in those positions and you continue on to your triangle offense and you continue on to your dominance, you're gonna feel better watching yourself, reinvent those players, and then get right back to the same shit and get back to winning Super Bowls. Is going to be amazing. I think you'll enjoy that process more than you enjoying your fourth and fifth Super Bowl,
right.
Right.
if that makes sense, right? Because it's a restart. Like it's a I proved it again type situation, bro. And that's the challenges, with a guy like me, Falk, where we completely like. You think about this: for 4 straight seasons, Falk throw 100 touchdowns, right? And then all of a sudden this year, he got 3,000 yard back out of the backfield that got 1,000 plus yards receiving. Like the better do those things. That's a person that's challenging himself to do different shit. I think when you do that, I think you're gonna turn your like it's gonna be scary if you dominate off the rebuild. Pretty much, it's gonna be dangerous to you going forward
Yeah, it'd be
because
unbeatable almost.
now it's nothing you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna feel like it's nothing I can't do amongst the talent I'm playing in this league, bro. Like you gotta think about niggas rosters, right, and the turnovers. Like how many different quarterbacks you played playing the Rams within 3 seasons?
Yeah, I done played a lot, but see, like the Rams, man, he make anybody look good. To be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know how he does. It's one of them talents, bro. But I don't even
It's
look at players with him. I just know like they're gonna play. They're gonna
it's
perform
the
to the way
base.
he want her to perform. You
It's
feel
the
me?
base. Everybody
Yeah,
got a baseline. It's the base. And
yeah,
that
because
baseline
he had
Exactly.
that
doesn't
regular
change.
ass tight end. He had that regular ass
Yeah,
Brandon Allen, dog. That nigga was catching everything. I couldn't stand it. I was like,
It's,
bro, this nigga is not even good.
it's the
Like
base.
in the grand scheme of RDL, we got tight end 6'6", 92 speed. This nigga
hmm
was like 85 speed, 6'4". He was regular.
That mean all his core attributes and that he made better, but then you still got the off-brand attributes that's terrible because you know the difference between my drafted players and a regular player
Hmm.
is the off-brand shit, right? Like the agility part of it, like the like everybody can make a nigga faster, make a nigga like you, but you can't make a nigga stronger. You can't make a nigga have uh ball carrying vision. You can't make those things happen. Like right, you look at a regular receiver on a game versus a receiver coming out of my draft is the difference in what the entire attributes look like, right? And I think that's what makes them different. So when they get to those, that's why we talk about thresholds. When they do get to the thresholds with the playback and awareness, it's crazy because you got to think about how good we actually make these guys coming out the draft. And to make them that good, we got to keep them with lower awareness and play recs, right? And
Right.
so it takes them longer to really get to their max, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes a Deion Sanders a second longer to look like a 99 when he's a 99, right? He might need another 2 seasons to look like a true 99, right? Like because of how low they are awareness and play rec. But then the upside to him is what Craig's saying. Like I got a 99 safety, but his awareness and play rec not good. But I can use him and get the stuff that I wasn't able to get to with a regular linebacker, right? You
Hmm.
can get to stuff like that because of those attributes that come out high from the draft class. So I think the reset going to be great. It's going to be effective, but like the fight through is going. If you think, damn, the legends re-energize me to continue to go through this same league, because y'all know we don't keep the same league. We go into real draft, and that's the revive of everybody energy. Everybody get a new team, niggas playing with real players, and we go crazy. And we didn't get to do that this year. So the legends did that for us. But the turnaround, the second part of this turnaround is you still got legends coming out for the next 2 drafts. So you're going to better build that team, but the challenge is what happens when you got these 95s or these 99s, but they still on 75 awareness, 75 play rate. That shit matters. Being able to undercut an interception on a corner route versus a nigga being in the right spot versus you got to click on and make him get to that spot. You know what I'm saying? That shit matters. And I think that's where the change is going to come in that though. So with that being said, Corey, you got to sit through the first round of the playoffs this year. Everybody else on here had to play a game. So we're gonna go to the wild card round first and just talk about some of them games. Now, Corey, since you got to sit and you earned that right to sit, let's talk about. Let's go to the schedule real fast and go to the playoff tree. Just talk about the wild card round in this sense. What games did you look at right away? Like I want to see that game, or I wanted the outcome of those games, right? So
Easily Max and Jimbo. Was that Max and Jimbo that played? Oh,
Max and Craig.
Max and Craig. No, I didn't look at that because I knew Craig. It's just that's a
Mental
mental
thing.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
No, I agree. I
but
completely agree.
it was the Green Bay and
Washington
yeah,
game.
Green Bay and Commanders because I knew it could change a lot for me and you see how close the game was. If Washington
Yeah.
wins that game, I'm playing Jimbo, and that's a
Right.
problem in the divisional round for me.
Right.
So I
Right.
definitely was tuned into that game. The other ones went pretty much how I thought they was going.
Yeah, I would think honestly, my game versus Hoodie, especially losing to him week 1, on our
Yeah, that score
side,
surprised
had
me.
to, had to play like you know what I mean. That's two really good players playing each other right away. The defensive line took that game over, flat out. Like it was that score became that score in the fourth quarter, but it was a third quarter surge of him throwing picks because the pressure was in his face. And that's pretty much what our baseline is. We based around our defensive line, but yeah, that was more of a concern to me. Like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, and I don't really never think like this, bro. I was chasing Snake to beat the Jaguars. I was chasing Snake to beat the Jaguars bad as hell. And I was chasing McCoy to beat the Jaguars bad as hell. I was trying to get to that third seed. Fuck that. I didn't want to play him first, bro. Like, oh my God. But shit happens. At the end of the day, you're going to have to line up and meet somebody anyway, though, right? All
Yeah, and
right.
that's a tough thing about the NFC West, man. Like I had to go 16-1 to
Right.
get the one
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
really annoying because I played Drew, and I knew if I had to go all out to beat him last week of the season or 2 weeks before the season ended, and I knew I was probably going to have to play him in the playoffs. So that's why that score, I had to play him extremely vanilla
It's
because
hard to play 3 times, bro. It's
yeah,
hard to
man.
play. It's
So
hard to play 3 times, and it seems like that's what happens a lot on y'all side, right? It seems like whether it's going to be one of the NFC West dogs playing each other 3 times, or you're going to catch, the Green Bay Packers when he's in the playoffs right now. But for him to, this is cool, right? Like you look at what the Packers did, right? 28-23 close win, 28-21 close loss. If I'm him, I'm thinking my next season, like you could build off of that, right? When you feel that way, like I can build off of what happened in these playoff runs, right? Like I was able to win a
But
close game and lost a really close game to the number one seed in the NFC, who's been putting up 50 and 60 on niggas. I lost by a touchdown in that game and probably had opportunities to win it because it ain't that close without opportunities. So
well, he was down. He was down early. He came back. But the political correct answer is be like, sure, yeah. But then he in my division, so I'm like, fuck that nigga. No.
yeah, fuck him. Right. That's how it always is.
But
Like fuck him. You rooting for
Drew's
him, but
cool.
fuck him.
Drew's cool. He does play well
Yeah.
versus me. He's the only one in the division, unfortunately.
He's a pain in the ass. He a pain in the ass when you play him. Like
Yeah, pain in the ass.
he's
That
locked
dude
in. You
Bennett.
got to play a football game, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's guys that just got some things that they got going on that can really be successful at times. While we got Los in the playoffs for the first time, man. Like I think we gotta, applaud that, right? Like the hard work of continuously playing, continuously monitoring your team, giving a fuck about your team, and knowing that at some point, some way, somehow, we're gonna scratch and crawl our way into a situation. Right now, I think if you're loose and you make the playoffs this year, it has to be. All right, we got to taste the playoffs. How do we continue to taste it, right? Like it has to be that type of feeling going forward. Like, who cares what the score was in his first playoff game? He got there.
hmm
Y'all don't hear that shit beeping like that?
no.
Can y'all hear me now? I don't know why my shit keep doing that. Hold on. Oh, shit. What about now? Y'all got me?
We've been able to hear
Yeah.
you, bro.
All right, cool. All right, so how do you, Craig? How do you feel about that? Los making the playoffs for the first time, right? You got to applaud that, right?
Yeah, man. I fuck with Los, man.
Yeah, Los a cool dude, bro.
Yeah, Los cool, man. He one of them people who just stay in the middle. Like he just one of them people that whatever's right to him is right to him, and he gonna root for whoever he wants to. I mean, I fuck with Los, man. I'm happy that he made it to the playoffs in the NFC. That ain't the easiest thing. So I mean,
Right.
in the NFC, it's just like it's hard. It's like with the top, 4 or 5, it's like
Yeah,
your
if you
first,
ain't the top four,
yeah,
if you ain't the
your
top four,
first
you got
pick,
two other niggas in the same division that can take a
right,
spot from a 5 and 6. Yeah, it's hard. Right,
right.
you right.
Like your first pick is to get there, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, you want to try to get at least a win, and then if you're not in that top 5, Armstrong in that league, so that NFC, so man, shout out to Lewis and them. I think
And,
he
and
one of
my
them people to
thing,
play no
bro,
matter what, bro. He play no
huh?
matter what. He play no matter what, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You gotta respect that, bro.
yeah. And my thing is this, bro. As the head commissioner of the league, bro, it feel good to see Los in the playoffs sitting at the 4th seed and fucking Bo sitting at the 2 seed, bro. Like, cause your league is built off of them playing, right? Them
Yeah.
staying active, them being a part of the league, them enjoying themselves in the league. So to see them have success, bro, like that's what it's about, right? To see a Mike go to the playoffs, to see those guys that give their all, especially like the guys that's around me, like a Mike, like Mike started real draft with me, like to see him be able to have some success like that shit matters, right? Like to me that matters. So when you see guys, uh, change the narrative, right? Where it's the same guys making it every year, and then boom, boom, we get some guys that slide in, slide out, like Albert being in the playoffs and winning their first playoff game this year, right? Like that matters. Those situations, right? I mean, Hitter and getting the Green Bay Packers, Drew getting in the playoffs, not being in there for 2 years straight, get in the playoffs and still a win there. Shit, Hitter in the playoffs, but he either got to play Jimbo or you every fucking year, and he's in the playoffs, but then he like, fuck, I'm playing one of these niggas. Like, what the fuck, right? So shit happens. You look at that score, you're like, damn, what happened? What could have went wrong in that game? Like me, because that's one of my best friends. I would have loved to see him beat the shit out of Drew and play and play somebody else
I'm glad
instead
he
of being
didn't.
around and shit. So, but I like to see that though. But before we get out of the wild card round, we're gonna have to address the elephant in the room, and this is what I'm gonna do about it. I have my own opinions of things, but again, being a head commissioner, I know how I have to move through situations. I won't let nobody influence my thought process or how I feel. But I always do things knowing that I'm trying to do the right thing. So let's talk about this for a second, man, because the Chargers beat the brakes off of Rob 62-30, and let's just call it what it is. Not one person that watched that game thought that was him playing that game. Rob, you had to deal with that game. Talk about why.
If I could say anything, it was just like if I got to play two different niggas that game, bro. And what I mean by that is if you you actually tune in for the game, it went from 1 minute I'm able to move at will down the field to the next minute it's like this motherfucker user in safeties, corners, you come out the fucking, you know what I'm saying? He
Hold on,
jumping
talk about
routes
why he related to you, bro.
like
Y'all see what Ray just said? My bad, Rob. I'm sorry. Come on. Where my team
uh,
at?
shit.
I need some comp. These niggas scrubs. What are you talking about, bro? This nigga asshole.
Shit.
Oh my god. But go ahead, Rob. My bad.
Hilarious. To like it was just like he knew exactly what I want to do when I want to do it. It was just like, and that was like for 2 quarters, second and third quarter per se. Fourth quarter was like, and it went back to like, oh, now I can throw at will now, and I'm fucking scoring. I think I put two scores back to back up in the fourth quarter, like it was nothing. It was just like, come on, man, this don't feel, it just didn't feel right, like, and like. That's one of them situations where it's like, man, I get he fought so hard to get to the playoffs. He 12-2,
Hmm.
second seed, and it's like, man, as much as you don't want to discredit him, it's like, man, you got that much better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. And I lost to some niggas. Like, it's not about me being able to take an L now. I took L's the lowest and everybody else, and I take them L's and I say GG's regardless. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that's just
I
my
don't think
character.
I don't think nobody can motherfucking discredit your character on how you take losses or don't take them. You've never been like we might have had conversation off air, but you've never really been out loud about taking a loss, like blaming the nigga internet, none of that shit, right? No, like even if you know that's what's happening, I've never really heard you. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I do that
Yeah.
shit way more than you have ever
I'd be
done it.
more mad for
So
him than he be for
Yeah,
himself.
Crab be way more mad. Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Cause at the end of the day, I'd be like, bro, like, I just say GG's and I keep it moving. Like, there's nothing I could do at that point, nigga. I lost. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? GG's, bro. Good luck the rest of the way. But it was just like, man, there's no way you just sat there and I scored 2 touchdowns easy as hell on you. Then all of a sudden I can't score shit. And it's 31 nothing second quarter. Like, I'm like, bro, either it was just wild. I'm like, bro, there's no way. Like, you was laughing that hard, and you got that good. And if that was you, then cool, kudos, you know what I'm saying? But it's just hard to believe. And I know that the 305, they got us back, and rightfully so. But that's like I told McCoy in the chat, bro. That's equivalent to a guy like, no offense, Los, but that's like equivalent to Los taking McCoy to the shed, whooping McCoy's ass. McCoy gonna be in the chat screaming the same shit. That you ain't play that shit, bro. What one of your young niggas you got to play that shit, bro? Like it just didn't register right. And even then I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. It's a loss, it's a game. It is what it is. And I kept it hush, like, you know what I'm saying? Even after all the
I ain't
shit
hear
went down in
nothing
the
from you
chat,
until McCoy talked about they not playing that game, and then you started
bruh,
like, hold up,
that's
the fuck?
when, yeah, that's when that shit pissed me off. Cause it's like, bro, you sat there and beat the brakes off me. And even after that, I said GG's, and like the hell that you got in the chat, bro. Any man in a right mind with pride and ego, and we all got pride and we all got egos. Man, I want, man, and I play you next. I want to face you, bro, because I want to show I could do that shit time and time again. I'm on this playoff run, like I earned this shit. You earn this shit. You don't sit there and beat the brakes off of a top user, and then the next week, like, oh, force win. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
just don't register right to me. Like, now, whatever his excuse is, you know what I'm saying, whatever. That's between him and whoever. But it's just like to everybody else, inside and outside the league, it's gonna look like, bro, Was they
So
right or was they right?
I know you talked to Craig about this, right? Like, let's just get this.
Uh-huh.
It was a slight huddle up, and what I mean by that is we had a conversation before we even thought about, like, this show wasn't brought up to be able to bring this up and talk bad about Bo or what we think. But we had a conversation. The conversation started once it got put out there, because I wasn't going to tell nobody that we wasn't playing that game, because I knew how important it was for him to keep that quiet because of what the hell he got already, right? Like, the hell he got for the win to give me the force win. To me, I'm telling him, don't tell nobody. I'm gonna play the computer, and it'll be a good game, and we just gonna get the fuck up out of there, keep it moving, and just keep it to ourselves. Don't tell nobody that we ain't play. Just keep it like that. And the
Right.
reason why I did that, because I wanted to protect him. Why? Because what nigga is gonna think about? Wait, he just beat the brakes off Rob and giving the first one to you because of the circumstances, right? I kept screaming, we ain't playing that game until Craig plays his game. And on a surface, you could take that the wrong way, but it's a reason why I did that shit. The reason why I did that shit is because I'm pushing Craig to play his game so I can advance the league. Right when he's done playing, I knew what the fuck. I knew who would play and who wasn't. It was 420. My nigga wasn't gonna play around too, so I'm pushing that shit. But from the outside looking in, it could be looking like, well, I think this or I think that. It don't matter what I think. It matters what I did, and it matters the action that came off of that thought process. We don't play that game. It looked fishy. It looked funny. Now, I know you talked to your cousin probably more than you talked to me about anything. Craig, what was when you went back and watched it? What was your thought process?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I only watched the third and fourth quarter. I didn't watch the first half. I came in and watched the third and fourth quarter. And this is my honest opinion, bro. This is my opinion. I just I've never seen Bo play like that. And like honestly, it's a drastic change too. It's not like he done added a couple plays. Like the way he was using, I mean, he was using like one of us, bro. Literally, bro. The way he
The
was standing
pocket
to one
presence, the
skin.
being able to make
Yeah,
the
bro.
reads, the
That's what I'm
clicking
saying.
on, diving and catching,
Yeah,
all that shit
bro. I
matter, bro.
mean, bro.
Like
There was one play where he literally boxed out a receiver and he boxed out with the receiver and then. I mean, he did some shit that I don't even know how to do that shit, bro. He did some shady shit, bro. I'm like, yo, goddamn, bro. Like this is a whole nother person, bro. I mean, and listen, you're coming from a person who it took me, like half of this whole distance changed who I was around. Because my first two games, he put up 100 on me and Folk put up like 70 on me. So like, I mean, I've been there before, but it took me. I mean, seasons and seasons and seasons has changed who I am now, bro. So to see how Bo was playing, bro, to see how masterful he was on offense and defense, but then at the end of the game, it kind of changed, bro. He stopped doing it. So it was a weird situation for me personally, bro. Um, and it's hard for me, and I don't want to discredit Bo if he is doing some hard shit. My only thing with Bo is I just gotta see it now. Like, I gotta see it next season.
But see, that's
I gotta
why.
see it because
Not
for him
that's
to play
that's
how he
exactly
played,
what the
bro.
question is. You got to see it from here on out.
For,
Now you
for
got to see
him,
that type of play going forward. Like you should.
for
But
him to play how he played, bro,
he shouldn't be losing a
he a
lot of games
top
at all
user,
ever,
bro. No, he a
Top
top
fab
user,
bro,
user,
bro.
sure,
bro,
top
No, bro,
fab.
he a
bro,
top user,
bro.
bro. He
I
not
watched
Bo no
that
more,
third
bro.
and fourth quarter just
He
as
not
well
Bo
as
no
you
more.
did, and I'm saying the exact same thing. And Bo will vouch for me. I told Bo, I don't think that's in your character, because if that happened, that's some pussy shit. Take it how you want to take it. I'm speaking to that man. He can vouch that I said this exact words. If a nigga played for you, that's some pussy shit. How could you be comfortable to even allow that? Right? Like, that's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't think that's in his character, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he would never do no shit like that. But the third thing is, now you can't go back to winning 2 games a year now. You better play like
At
that the
all.
rest of your fucking this, as long as you're in my league. Because that was nasty, and that told me you was better than half the niggas in your crew. You was better than half the niggas in my crew if we got a crew. Half the niggas like in this league, you was better than in that game. Like, you was a top 3 player in the AFC for sure
Bro, he
in
played
that
better
game
than
that I
that.
watched,
He
bro.
played he
And it
Swear to
played
had
better
nothing
God.
to
than
do
that.
with the play call, and it had everything to do with the mechanics of of the game, like hiking the ball to stand in the pocket and the presence he had to better and just stand in the same formation the whole fucking drive and hitting the right reads and knowing when to catch and fall and knowing when to box a nigga out on defense, using I'm in cover 6, so I'm gonna use the corner here because that's my weak spot. I can like just knowing all that shit. I could teach Mike the game all day, Nano the game all day, and they not picking up on that fast, bro. And you see it when you play them niggas. They get better in the play calling, but they don't get better in the mechanics of the game. They gotta better do that themselves. I can't teach a nigga how to do that type of shit. That's why niggas was questioning it. Had nothing to do with the play calling. It's just the questioning of, damn, like where that been at. So either you just was fucking around or for 3 discs with us, and you are showing us who you are now, and that's one of the best niggas in this league, or it looked it funny. So, and then not for nothing, we don't play our game. It look even more funnier now, like because what happens if I blow you the fuck out? Then niggas is gonna say that wasn't him that played Rob, right? Or if he beat me, then it's like shit. He beat Ant too. So then you either gotta respect it or still think the same thing. That ain't him playing, right? Simple as that. So now you in our league still. For as long as you be in this league, you got to prove that now. Now you can't go drop a game to Nano and lose by 40. Like you can still lose, but you got to better play like that going forward. Like that was nasty, and if that's you, man, salute, bro. Like all it took for you to get a better roster to be that good, shit. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it ain't nobody in our league that extended that fast, bro. And because here's the problem. We ignored the first game when he beat the shit out of Nano because nobody's paying attention because it's Bo. No disrespect, but nobody care. We just think, damn, Nano got his ass whooped and he's bitching. But then what happens is after you play Rob and do that, now niggas start dissecting everything. The same way y'all niggas look at Craig roster, my roster, Max roster, and want to know where players came from, like y'all know packages is in my league, or want to know how I got this player or how he that good. The same way y'all can go to transactions and do that, we can go to schedules and look at, well, this man been throwing 70 picks a year, and all of a sudden in these 3 big games, he's 79%, 80%, no picks. And then you got games where you watching against the Broncos where he looked like who he been in his league. Whereas 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, 40% throwing the ball. That matters now because people going to dissect it. So if it walk like a duck and it quack like a duck, is a fucking duck, period. So people going to question everything, bro. Niggas question Craig on why he won the Super Bowls. I'm one of them. Why you think I did this 30-year-old shit? Reset your team, nigga, and show us you could do it on some rebuild shit. Let's just be real. I'm not sitting here going to do this fake shit. Niggas don't got it out for nobody. Niggas ain't just here to say, fuck these niggas. Fuck, we so past those stages. But real is real, bro. I watched that second half. I was scared to play Bo. I ain't gonna hold damn.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, like,
I was scared to play that game, bro. Like, oh my God, do I gotta watch film? What the fuck?
Yeah, in my mind, so I'm like, bro, I played a lot of games against Bo, bro. And I'm like, in my mind, when you think about Bo, it's like quick throws. He's going to throw one to the linebacker unprovoked. And it's going to be a pick. You know what I'm saying? And that was
go look at the schedule and you can see it. You can see the games that he went crazy at the quarterback position. You can see 11 yards of play, not 10 yards of play, and then go to the games where it's where it looked like it's him and it's 7 yards of play. It goes back to style to play. Remember I just said if you play Shogun, you know his base.
Exactly.
If I play Nano, I know his base. If Nano can't run power or stretch and that play action ain't working, he gonna lose. We know the base, right?
Like
Mike
said,
got better off of me giving him a scheme. Mike got better in running the scheme, but once niggas figure that scheme out, what can you do to make it better? How can you continue to still play good like that? So here's the thing. You gotta apologize if that's him. So when we watch the next season, if he plays and we watching him whoop ass like that and look like that, standing in the pocket, not getting sacked, moving around the way he was moving, catching diving catches and hitting the X button to fall right before he get hit, all that good shit, then you know what, bro? I apologize. You one of the best niggas in the league right now. Don't lose no more games. You're not a bottom feeder at all. You're a nigga that extended fast. and
Right.
it can happen. So nobody has definitive proof to be able to blame that man, and that's why I kind of stayed quiet. And my
And that's why I
only
just said
conversation was with
GG's.
him because my thing is, look, bro, it's like everything I'm saying now, I told him. Just continue to do that, bro. If that's the player you are, be that player. And then tell niggas to kiss your ass. Because if now you gotta look at it for his side. If that's him and he finally fucking playing really good and winning like that, and niggas discrediting it, well, welcome to the winner's circle, my nigga. Because niggas discredit everybody that wins.
Uh huh.
We all do it, bro. I'm guilty of it, and I have to deal with it. You don't think I got to deal with the fact that I know the draft every year and I'm always jumping into the first or second pick all the time? I jump to the first or second pick for a reason, but you don't think niggas like, man, you know the draft. You don't think niggas bitching about my D line right now?
Yeah, but you be trading them niggas too, though.
Man, but it don't matter. Because remember when I said this to Nano, it's not what you know, it's what niggas think, right? If
Right.
I think Johnny Depp is a wife beater and he really not a wife beater, as long as you think that, it don't matter if he not or he is. You get what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? Like,
Yep.
is Amber Heard lying or is she telling the truth? And it's all about opinion. It's all about the public opinion of what niggas think. So it don't
Yep.
matter what I know. Cause I go through the season knowing a lot. Like, man, the niggas think is something that is really not. But it don't matter what niggas know. We just go to the if you in the league, are you in our league? Because if you're in the league, you can look right at the class. I'm still adding motherfuckers. I'm just not done. But look, man, what I do know is this: that man put his head down. He worked hard in my league. He don't give us no problems at all. I don't think is in his character, and I just don't see what makes sense of doing something like that. It ain't in his character. To me, the person that I get to talk to on the phone and have conversations outside of the game with, I don't think he have that in him to be corny as fuck like that and do some shit like that. Because what you did was you just robbed a man of a game that he shouldn't have had to play if that wasn't you. But if it was you, then Rob, you had to eat that and figure out why you got your ass whooped. Simple as that, right?
Facts. And like I said,
And that's
that's
what it
why
comes down
you
to.
just come down to it. Like that's why I ain't say shit. I said GG's. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think too much of it. Like I said, it didn't trigger me until I was like, until McCoy was like, nigga, that game ain't getting played. Wait, what? That game ain't getting what?
And I
So, you
told
know,
him,
I
don't
was
tell
like,
nobody, bro. Don't tell nobody we not playing this game because I knew what the backlash would be, right? And I gotta walk a thin line with this shit the whole time, right? And I'm doing exactly that, but not for nothing. I told him I wasn't playing until Craig and Jimbo played. I hit this nigga at 7:30. He responded. Let's play. Nah, I got some shit going on. I'm not feeling well. Cool, take the win. Nah, I'm not gonna just take the win, bro. All right, well we playing at 5:30 then. 4 o'clock come, take the win. All right, it is what it is, bro. Well, look, bro, if I take this win, I'm not telling nobody you giving me the win. I ain't tell nobody that shit. I'm
Right.
not making it known. It's just going. Listen, if I'm the away team, ain't nobody gonna question me for not broadcasting. So I'm gonna play the game. And I ain't gonna go because if I blow the computer out, then it's gonna be like, see, that wasn't him. Look at the difference. That wasn't him. How he do all that against Rob and got his ass whooped against Ant, right? So I knew not to blow the computer out, and I knew not to say nothing to nobody that I'm not playing him. And he must have told McCoy because McCoy went right to the chat and said it. They ain't playing that. Well, now the cat out the bag, and now niggas gonna question it. So you gotta be prepared for what niggas think. And I don't think it's hate. I think it's justified. But here's the thing: because there's no definitive proof, niggas if niggas is wrong, y'all, that's fucked up. We all fucked up for thinking that way, bro. Right?
like I said,
But
I just felt snubbed at the end of the day. Like, 'cause if you wasn't gonna play this game, you know what I'm saying, you gonna duck the next game, nigga. Just give me the win, bro. I know me. I'm minding up and playing, bro. Like, it's just like this is like, especially like a guy like Bo. He ain't used to be in the playoffs, bro. If I'm him, I'm not used to being in the playoffs, but I'm giving my time to this league, bro. I'm not ducking no smoke.
that's
When
what
we
I'm
was a
saying.
draw,
You
even
12
if
and
Ant blow me the
2. You
fuck
just
out,
won your first
we
playoff game,
still,
and then the rest of it don't matter to you. And I just don't
yeah.
see spinning it. Like I wouldn't have played it either if niggas is questioning me like that. Well, bro, when you winning like that, everybody question your shit, bro. Like, come on, man, you got a nigga that's going 2-17 or 2-16 every year. every year, bro. Like, and he play his games when he play his games, and he go. Bro, I just played him last year, week 18, bro, and we talked after the game. Yo, you need a big receiver that can go down the
And
field, and
that
you
nigga
gonna be a
definitely
little
just.
different. You could stretch the field because your underneath game is good, and that's
But
advice, right? Like, but that's
two
him to
two
figure that
seasons
part
ago,
out, bro.
he had
Like
the
you
number
gotta
one
you
pick in the
gotta figure
draft.
that out. But to get to that point, like to be real, like only person that let's listen. This is how I felt, and I'm done talking about it. The game I watched him play you, he better than Hoodie, McCoy, C. Howe, and not better than Jimbo. Only person that can play like that on that level is Jimbo. So the only other thing I could think is Jimbo was teaching him how to play the game, which can happen. But the mechanics was what made me think, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Like, it was time this nigga stepped up in the pocket and just made sure the nigga, his offensive line re-engaged this shit, and then he hit a dig route and then fell right before you hit him for the first down on 3rd and 12. Boom! Damn!
But bro,
I can't do that. Like, what the
bro,
fuck? Oh,
that's the
shit.
thing, though, bro. You could teach plays, you could teach schemes, you could teach things, but the user part is something that you. I can tell you all the time, bro. I can teach you some of the things I do, bro. But what I do with the user, I can't teach you. And some of the shit he was doing with that user was, I mean, it was impressive, bro. I mean, it was so impressive that it was
That
unbelievable.
nobody
You
believes
know what
it.
I'm saying?
At the
It
end of
was.
the day, it was so
You know what I'm saying?
impressive, nobody fucking believed it.
We have no proof though, so I can't sit here and say that.
That's
Hey,
why
I know
we
for
could
a
talk
fact he
about
was
it,
playing for
but
somebody
that's
from
why
the.
we could talk about it,
You know what I'm
Craig. But
saying? But
we can't be definitive and say that's what it is. Like you can't just hop on and say I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. He ain't play that game. Nah, you don't have definitive proof though. The problem is I did what I did on purpose. I knew exactly what I was doing, bro. Me and Bo play our games early in the morning. Every time I play him is right when he dropping his daughter off, and then he come back and be like, "Yo, I'm ready," and we knock it the fuck out. So I did exactly that. That didn't work out. So my next issue was nope. Whenever Craig playing, I'm playing because I know everybody else will be played by then, and we gonna hit the lead right after that shit. Because the plan was to double up today, but I ain't finished the draft because of my night last night. I ain't finished the draft, so I ain't care about doubling up because Craig was gonna play Corey tonight, and I was gonna play Falk tonight, so we can have Super Bowl tomorrow and get right to the draft. But I stopped that shit earlier. I stopped it because I just wasn't ready for that. I still got finished the draft. So, but with that being said, man, like, look, if it's you, we apologize, bro. I'm gonna be the first to say I apologize for I felt like I kept it quiet. You probably felt how I was feeling. I talked to you personally, so you know exactly where I stood. I don't think your character is that, but I apologize if that was you. But if that was you, you ain't a bottom feeder ever again.
Ever
You ain't a nigga that
again.
finished 3rd or 4th in your division ever again, bro. Like
I
you're
win the
that
division,
good, you
hands
should be able to
down.
win ball games and be in the first, second, or third seed every year over here, bro. Because you know what I'm saying? You got niggas still trying to figure it out in the AFC. Outside of me, Falk, Hoodie, right now, because you got to think about it. And my division, the tough opponents there got beat up on each other, so we canceling each other out just in the AFC North alone. So when you think about the Jaguars or the Titans at this point right now, Hoodie and Falk, that's 2 right there, right? Somebody from the Jaguars is getting there, and you're going to get either 2 or 3 from my division with either Nano, the Broncos, Shoguns, or Bo making the playoffs from the AFC West. Think about that, right? So that, like, just like the NFC West, that's how the NFC North is on our side. You should be a nigga in the playoffs every year with that style of play, especially if you got that good with the mechanic of playing a game and the will and the understanding. Like, it's a difference with being on defense, using anybody you want, and knowing your holes and being able to cover them things. Rob ain't have a clue what to do offensively in that ball game. He was so lost because of how you covered holes and did the things that's nasty. You shouldn't be losing games. And
Facts.
I think the best thing for you to do is prove that was you by it and shut us the fuck up. Just shut everybody the fuck up, and we'll get right to we apologize, my nigga. You that guy, and I appreciate you. You know, sorry for how we all felt. Make us all eat our words, bro. Because Craig get talked about every time he won a Super Bowl. I know I get talked about. Falk get talked about. Anybody that win get talked about when they win when they're winners, bro. Max get taught. If Max is winning, it's because Max is buying shit or he got the commissioner tag and he fucking cheating. If Craig is winning, it's because he got the same fucking players on the field all year long and he buy packages. If fucking I'm winning, it's because it's my league and I got access to do whatever the fuck I want. If fuck winning, it's always an excuse for niggas that's winning, right? Except for the niggas that don't, especially the niggas that have the range to better do it. Like the circles of it, right? You got the circles of it, right? Mike can be the most cheatingest nigga in the league and nobody never give a fuck. But if Mike won a Super Bowl, if Mike went through that bitch and won a Super Bowl this year, nobody wouldn't question that shit.
Everybody questioning that.
Nobody wouldn't question Mike winning the Super Bowl. We just think, oh, he got better. Oh my God, niggas would be like, what the fuck going on? Like, look, niggas let him win. There's no
Might be
way
another
somebody
Nano
niggas
situation.
let him
Man.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When Nano won a Super Bowl, here's the thing. Here go the difference between Nano using Nano as a reference. When Nano started winning, he continued to keep winning until he stopped winning. And when he stopped winning, he stepped off for a little bit, and now he's back. Nano missed 2 back-to-back discs when he started losing. You know who? You know who was the cause of that? Max and Craig. Am I lying? Nano was running power and stretch and beating majority of the league every fucking year and being in the playoffs with the New England Patriots every year. That year he won the Super Bowl. He beat me. I had to play real talk. I had to come to my mom's house. She had a surgery. I played on bad internet. He beat me. I wanted to beat him the fuck up that same day because the internet was bad. Because every time his microwave went off, the fucking game turned off. And I was pissed off. And then he beat Falk because Falk didn't respect the game. He thought he was going to air him, and then shit started happening. No, I would never. First of all, I'm not giving nobody the satisfaction of beating me in a playoff game without me losing. I'm trying to win a bowl. Period. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing what Falk did last year. And Unc didn't even want to take that win, but I'm not doing what Falk did last year, just give Unc the win in the playoffs. I'm not doing that. Y'all gonna have to wait till I play my game. Fuck that. You gotta knock me out of the playoffs. So my thing is, what Nano did was he proved it until he couldn't prove it anymore. Simple as that. He won one. D West won a Super Bowl before. Like, people win bowls, bro. Other people, shit. Young Camden got the back. Didn't he get the 2 Super Bowls, I think? Or no, he lost one. He got the 1 Super Bowl. Like people can do it, so we not saying it can't be done, but like, man, just show it. So now you got all this offseason to continue to build on that 99 overall roster and to build around Randy Moss and them and show niggas that's who you are. And if that's who you are, then we eat our words, shut the fuck up, and give you the props you deserve. And eventually, a winner that's questioned become a winner that's admired in a way, whether it's hate or congratulations, right? Like, and that's what it comes down to. So, in my opinion, that type of shit happens. So, with that being said, though, it is what it is, bro. Because you got a whole season to better show us that that's who you are, bro. And if that's who you are, then where the fuck that been at, bro? Because that was good. That was great football that I saw, bro. That was great football, bro. Like,
I think I said that shit on the stream. Like, where the fuck he been? Like,
that was
this
great
nigga fucking
football.
playing this whole time. Like,
That was great football, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and if that's who you are, then that's who you are. And bro, again, I don't think Rob wouldn't apologize. I will apologize. Like, I threw my game against him, could have beat him and gave him the. Yeah. Well, why you ain't looking at the draft class? Why you asking me who the fuck in the draft if you know who in the draft, dog? You know who the fuck in the draft. You in the league. Go look at the draft. It's loaded, I tell you that. But motherfucking, that's all, bro. Like, with that being said, but you look at them games, man. Look, congratulations. The Chargers won his first playoff game in our league ever, and that's what's up. He get to move on. He got to move on to the divisional round. But how about the Titans over the Jaguars? Now let me ask y'all this, because the Jaguars played his games, but he had a lot of forced wins as well, right? And y'all know how I go. Being unheard of and we don't know who you are, like your game plan and all that. You can sneak wins and all that. Do you think him being in the playoffs and losing 45-14, that doesn't scare y'all off that he not a good user, right? That's just,
Nah, because
first
this is a
year, first
division
playoff,
game.
right? Division game, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. I
them
think
shits
he
can
got
go
to
like
make
that.
up. I think, to bring that Jaguar team out of a bottom feeder team for the last 2 seasons matters. So I think like we got a solid user with the Jaguars, but then you got to congratulate Albert for fighting through the shit he fought through, getting back in the league and playing Madden for the first time again. This for a long time, and getting a big time win to better move on to the divisional round. And again, in me and Hoodie game, it just came down to my defensive line put pressure on him. And he turned the ball over because offensively he was a stalemate. Los, congratulations for getting to the playoffs. I would love to see you do it again. I know McCoy ain't trying to hear that shit because he don't even respect the fact that you got in there, and I ain't mad at him. But it ain't your fault. You just ain't getting the guy ain't play you. It ain't your fault. But McCoy coming for your head. Just know that. So you should take that challenge and say, "Fuck that! I'm gonna get back in the off." And y'all got a new Falcons user in that division, and that guy can play a little bit. So we gonna see how that play itself out. And again, Drew, you in the playoffs. 23-28, good win there, and let's see if guys can build off of that type of shit. And not for nothing, we got uh, uh, the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. Wasn't this? This wasn't the game last year. It was the game in the NFC, right? You and Corey played 2 years straight, or is this the third year
Three.
y'all playing
It's our.
in the championship? Third year y'all
Oh
playing in
yeah,
the
this
chip,
is
right?
third. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is third time.
third. Yep.
All right. Now the interesting part of it is, wasn't that a 2 point game last year,
Yeah,
or a
that's
one
what
point game
it
last
was.
year?
Something weird like that.
It
But
was
he,
close to that.
yeah,
So that's a big time matchup right now, and it's a lot riding on this game for both of them, right? Corey got to get over that hump, and Craig trying to close that triplet he got at the offensive threat that he had close out before he got going to that new chapter. And then you got me and Falk line back up matching up again. We missed each other last year, and now we back at it again, and he won the regular season game. In fact, he's beaten me 3 straight times in the regular season, but I've beaten him in the playoff. It's like weird, but the matchup's the matchup. We'll knock these games out tomorrow. I will be finishing the class while the playoffs and Super Bowls being played. It will be done before we get into the offs. Before the Super Bowl is done over with. Well, I'll have the class done before the Super Bowl is over with. And we go from there. With that being said, man, I don't know what time those games will be played, but we'll post our schedules in the chat for guys to tune in and broadcast the games together. See it, so we can watch good football, man, and see who does what, man. Because you look at the storyline, you got Falk that will have to play either like look, Corey beat me this year. I don't know if Falk and Corey played this year, but that'll be a great Super Bowl if that was the Super Bowl. Corey or Falk or me and Corey or Craig meeting Falk again. Or even Craig meeting me again, because the pressure would be on me more than Craig, because that'll be what 3 in a row you beat me. You just beat me twice in a row, right? Back to back Super Bowls. Like to
Yep.
losing 3 in a row, like I think y'all can start talking a little bit more shit about me. With that being said, I'm the fuck out of here. I better not fucking lose if I get to that bitch. Oh my god, I'm 0-5 in the bowl. Damn!
well,
I ain't
at
win
least
a
you,
fucking bowl.
at
Oh
least
my
you get
god.
there.
Shit. Mm-mm-mm. How y'all feel about that conversation? You think we attacked it right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Hell yeah, for sure. We definitely attacked it.
Niggas was tuned in too.
Hell yeah, they was.
You can't be mad. It's only right because